Wait. I'm coming. Hello, Ghana, and welcome to A New Perspective. Charles Sam is my name. Last week, we've been dealing with the President's inaugural address in preparation for Ghana at 60. Ghana will be 60 years old on the 6th of March 2017. And it's good to sometimes take a stock of what has happened till now and obviously look into the future, the next century, the next 100 years, the forward march of the country, and draw lessons from the past, see what we've done wrong, look at the results we've had, and then see the way forward. Obviously, one will need to prepare himself through some rejuvenation, reorganization, rethinking, reimagination, repositioning, and then, of course, do some re-implementation. We need to do some realignment as well. So it is necessary that we go through what we've done till now, where we are, look at where we're supposed to have been as a country, look at all our energies that we have, and then reorganize ourselves, reposition properly for a new game going forward, of course, to ensure that we get not just better results, but the best results, because the future was yesterday and we are already late. Now, just to recap some of a few things that we did last week, just for those of you who were not with us, in going through the President's speech, the President started by saying that our forefathers taught us that fidelity to principle, that's number one. 2, courage. 3, patience. 4, resilience. And 5, collective action. Do yield results. So it means that in going forward, the next journey, these are established principles or norms globally that would obviously give you some progressive moves, especially in the exponential style, huge leaps and bounds, not just incremental development. Now, the President goes on to say that they fought, that is our forefathers, they fought with intelligence, guts, steely determination, and patriotism to liberate our land and reclaim our worth as human beings. Now, we all agree that the first liberation was political. Obviously, we did some economics after. But we all can tell that our results have not been the best, very best of results, that we could have done far better as a country. And in moving forward to the next 100 years of planning towards the future, we obviously need to realize that these same principles our forefathers used, or these are pillars that they stood on, that is the fidelity to principle, courage, patience, resilience, and collective action. Then intelligence, guts, steely determination, and patriotism. That is what they used to liberate ourselves. Now, our second liberation is economic, largely economic, or you can call it socio-economic. But we are more interested in the economic factor, the economic boom, the economic progress, the economic success. And it simply means that these are the very principles. Our forefathers did that. We also have got to use these very things, pillars or premises, to lift ourselves up going into the future. That is the way we'll guarantee that we'll be sustained as a country, and we'll find ourselves in a far better place than we started off. Then the final bit which the President added was that he says their love for country continues to inspire generations of us. He says their love for country was so unique. The way they love the country, loving the country, or love is something that is expressed, is demonstrated. It's not talk. You can tell a lady or a man, I love you. But at the end of the day, it's the action that speaks. Action speaks louder than words. The way you treat the person, the way you handle the person, the sort of things that the way you talk to the person. That's the same way for a country. It's our actions. You can't tell me you love Ghana when you're urinating indiscriminately around. You can't tell me you love Ghana when as a politician, all you want to do is to loot from our coffers, our state coffers. What is for all of us you want to steal? You can't tell me you're a patriotic Ghanaian or you love Ghana if you're an accountant and you steal and change figures illegally. You cannot tell me that you love Ghana if you're a customs official and then work out some under-invoicing schemes in order to put money in your pocket. You can't tell me that you love Ghana when you are a tax collector and you go around knowing very well that people are not paying the right taxes, but you just tie a deal with them so they pay something little and you also get something for your pocket. You can't tell me that you love Ghana when you're a nurse or a doctor and speak harshly to patients in the hospital. That doesn't make sense to me. That's not somebody who loves Ghana. You can't tell me that you're a parent and then you don't nurture your children properly in a very responsible manner, responsible parentage. That to make sure that your children come out to be assets and not liabilities for the country, to become citizens and not just subjects of the country. So that's love for country. And so that's what our forefathers demonstrate. And the president says that those things have inspired some of us up till now. Which means it's a long-term agenda. And then he says that, look, that's what has made a lot of people commit their lives in search of enduring democratic legacy for Ghana, for the country. So it means that all these things that our forefathers did, which in our national pledge we recite all the time, that through the blood and toil of our fathers, we pledge, I'm paraphrasing, we pledge to keep that heritage that was won for us. They won it for us. They fought hard. They sacrificed. And therefore, in moving forward also as a country, planning for the next 100 years, the Bible actually says that a good man, a good citizen, or a good Ghanaian leaves an inheritance for his or her children's children. Not just the children, but generations after you. So we must look into the future, predict the future, and take decisions that respond to the future. We must think out of the box in a new way. And we must also act timely, in a timely manner, swiftly, so we get the results, so we're not caught with the passage of time. The president also spoke about how the theme or the motto of freedom and justice came about. Obviously, you want to have freedom, but freedom also comes with its responsibilities. And the responsibilities lies not just on the president or his ministers or the police service or the military or the judiciary, but every one of us as Ghanaians. We're first Ghanaians before we are presidents, ministers of state, parliamentarians, judges, parents, accountants, CEOs, managing directors, cleaners, city cleaners, gutter cleaners. We are first Ghanaians. The covenant is to Ghana. Our covenant is Ghana. And that's what we should be committed to as number one. Then other thing comes apart. My association, my political party, loyalties of all sorts to families, tribes, ethnic groups, etc. But the first and most important and most supreme is Ghana. At 60, or in commemorating the 60th anniversary, I would suggest as a country that the way to seriously commemorate it is to launch a comprehensive, well thought through, long-term thinking national orientation program. I think that would be the best legacy that our president could give to us or leave with us. National orientation. I remember President Kufuor actually changed the Ministry of Information at a point, I think during his second term, to the Ministry of Information and National Orientation. Because I suspect that in his mind, he knew very well that as we move forward, the human resource of the country needs to be rejuvenated. We need to be reoriented. We need to have a new type of Ghanaian. We need to have new attitudes, new thinking, a new mindset, a new way of doing things. Otherwise, it will be useless putting any money in projects because we mess it up. You put street lights there, people will go and take the street lights at night and they put in their pockets or take into their homes or go sell them. You put cables down there, people are going to steal the cables. So we cannot continue on that path. Freedom, but it goes to responsibility. We have a liberated society. We have a lot of liberation. Of course, there's a constitution, there are laws. Simply meaning that this freedom doesn't mean that when you serve in office, that when you are going, you steal cars. You hide them. You use all kinds of schemes and methods to take our state property away illegally. This doesn't mean that because you have freedom, when you're in government, you're not transparent. You must be transparent. You must be truthful. You must be honest. You must keep the covenant with us as a citizenry. Trust must not be betrayed. So that is what we have to do as a country. In recapping again, justice, of course. We expect justice. We're happy that recently the courts of law in Ghana was cleaned up, put it this way. I couldn't find a better word for it because it's a sensitive thing, but it was cleaned up sort of, to some extent. And so I think that it's not just that, but all other institutions, including our very selves as individual Ghanaians, need to also do that. Now, the president also says that, look, there have been some highs and some lows in our country. Some highs and some lows. But largely, though, our results have been quite disappointing. So the next, from 60 now, going forward, we need to organize ourselves in such a way that 60 years from now again, 100 years from now, we would have far better results and not what we had up to now. The president also spoke about the duty of government, releasing the energies of people. And that is what we're going to dwell on. He then went on to, he just reminded us also that we have also a large, exuberant youth population, which of course means that there's a special game we have got to play, because they are a special generation, a special breed of people, and we ought to know what to do to be able to capture what we did last week. This sums it all up. So going forward now, we're going to start with breaking down the leadership that is required to release the energies, and of course, we'll also look at the youth, exuberant generation who will not accept third world status, but first world status. My name is Charles Sam, and I've delivered to you a new perspective. God bless you all, and I thank you.